There's sunshines, and welcome back to SK Star. So, unless you haven't watched Nickelodeon since 2017, you probably know that the Fairly Oddparents introduced Chloe Carmichael in their 10th season. And to say she was a controversial character would be an understatement. She was probably the most hated character in the show's history, mainly because she was pretty much the textbook definition of Mary Sue. But what if I told you that behind the seemingly bad character actually hid the solution to one of the show's biggest complaints? Warning, the statement might sound a bit crazy, but Chloe Carmichael is not human. She's a product of fairy magic. More specifically, the product of Jorgen's fairy magic. Let me explain. In Chloe's debut episode, Crocker refers to her as the perfect human being, the same description given to Tommy, the older brother Timmy wished for in season 5. I guess Gary could fall under this umbrella, the guy from season 3, but the point is fairy magic can create people. And with the introduction of Poof, fairy magic can also create other fairies. So that begs the question, why is there a fairy shortage in the 10th season? Why don't you just create more fairies? Now, normal people would just see this as a plot hole, but I am not normal, and I saw this as a rabbit hole and dug deeper. So, one of the main problems with Chloe is the fact that she doesn't need godparents. Her life is just as perfect as she is, and fairy godparents are only given to miserable children. And if anyone says that she's miserable because she doesn't have friends, everyone wanted to be her friend in the debut episode. So, why does she have godparents? Well, I think that this weak backstory was given to her by Jorgen. But SK Star, how can you prove it was Jorgen? Well, random robot, this is how. Timmy and Chloe are supposed to be a pair of opposites, like a yin and yang situation. But if Chloe is the pure embodiment of perfection, doesn't that mean Timmy is the pure embodiment of imperfection? The person who created Chloe has to be someone who thought Timmy was terrible. And no, I'm not talking about Butch Hartman. I'm talking about Jorgen. You know, the guy who sees Timmy as one of the worst god kids ever. Of course, he would think that the opposite of Timmy would be the best god kid ever. So why would he do this? Well, I think I have the answer. Let's turn back time to Timmy's Secret Wish, another season 5 episode. Spoiler alert ahead for the episode if you haven't watched it. Timmy wishes that no one would age so that he could keep his godparents forever. Blah blah blah, stuff happens. Timmy gets to keep his godparents' happy ending. But they can't be stuck in that loop forever, it would be impractical. The characters have to age at some point. Well, that's where Chloe comes in. It's because of her that the Turners are now rich and no longer need to work, meaning no need to hire Vicky to babysit Timmy. Timmy's parents are also starting to want to spend more time with him, and Crocker has found friends, meaning he won't take out his miserable life on children. Everything that made Timmy's life miserable is gone. But what about Cosmo and Wanda? The real reason he wanted to keep them was because he loved them. Well, I noticed that in the final season, Timmy is spending a lot more time with Chloe and a lot less time with his fairies. In fact, in the episode Revenge of the Losers, Chloe is literally showing him how to live without fairies. Well, she's at least trying to, confirming my suspicions that she was there to teach Timmy how to live without his fairy godparents and be more independent. I haven't seen the new reboot yet, but since it's live action and not animated, I might not even consider it canon, and I don't think it will affect my theory that much. But as it stands now, Chloe Carmichael was created by Jorgen von Strangle to teach Timmy how to live without magic. With his life now happy, Timmy no longer needed his fairies. The day after the Hell Patch Capers episode, Timmy woke up with no fishbowl next to his bed, and no memory of ever owning one. I'm not sure if Chloe was also taken away, but I do know that Cosmo and Wanda have moved on to another fairy godchild. Or at least that's what I think. So what do you think of my theory? Like it? Love it? Think I've become a little mini MatPat? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.